Okay, guys, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you are viewing this here. I want to try this out with everybody. Um, just like how we do in class, as I wait for this to get up, just how we do in class, where we're watching a video and then there's times where I pause the video to further explain things. I didn't want to just give you this video and just expect you to understand it the first time you hear it and view it. So we're kind of going to watch it together. I'm going to pause it at a few different times and I'm going to explain a few things to you. Okay. So this is called the Zimmerman telegram. Okay. Let's get into it here.
The Mexican-American border, a permanent symbol of distrust and fear. In 1848, after 2 years of bitter warfare, Mexico lost half of its land to neighboring America. Some 70 years later, a distrust lingered between the two countries. Germany saw this tension as an opportunity, perhaps even the key to winning the First World War.
So you may be thinking, okay, we're talking about World War One. Why are we now talking about Mexico? Like, what does Mexico have to do with the Allied powers, the Central Powers? Okay. Yesterday we learned that the sinking of the Lusitania was a big factor with President Woodrow Wilson to join World War One. Remember, while World War One is going on at first, America is neutral throughout the war, meaning they are not on either of the sides. They wanted it to just stay a European war. They didn't want to get involved at all. So they basically stayed on the sidelines and watched. However, you learned yesterday that once this ship called the Lusitania is sunk and innocent American lives are lost, that becomes a huge pressure for the president to join World War One and attack back at the Germans. But that wasn't the only event that persuaded him to do so. Um, this is called the Zimmerman telegram. Okay, and in order to understand this, you have to know what a telegram is. A telegram is basically a message that is sent through a telegraph. Okay, so before text messages, before emails, you had a telegram, and that would be sent through wires electronically. You could send it across the ocean, you could send it across your state, but this is how messages were relayed to one another. Okay, so this is going to be a telegram that was intercepted from Germany to Mexico. So let's find out why this was so important.
The Mexican president at the time, Venustiano Carranza, would entertain German diplomats here at his residence, Chapultepec Castle. What he lacked in charisma and charm, President Carranza made up for in physical presence, standing at almost 2 meters tall. Frank conversations with German attachés frequently took place in Chapultepec, often criticizing America and discussing how the two countries could form closer ties.
So what they're saying is that Germany and Mexico were actually pretty good friends at this time. Their leaders would meet regularly, either in Germany or Mexico. So it's not that Mexico was involved in World War One, but at the time, Germany and Mexico had a pretty friendly relationship.
Then, in 1917, a telegram from Berlin brought the First World War straight to Carranza's doorstep.
We make Mexico a proposal of alliance on the following basis: make war together, make peace together.
So right there, you can read it. They want to ally with Mexico, make war together. If you make war together with us, we'll make peace together as well. And you have to wonder, what would persuade Mexico to link up with Germany and fight in World War One?
The German foreign minister, Arthur Zimmerman, offered to help Mexico invade America, seizing back their lost lands: Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas.
And here's the reason why. Okay. In the mid 1800s, with the Mexican American War, all that land that you see there, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, that land was taken from Mexico and added to the United States. So what is influencing Mexico here is, hey, Germany's saying if we help them fight in World War One, they're going to help us get that land that was previously ours. They're going to help us get that land back. And that's really, really enticing for them, because those are huge areas. If you've ever driven through that area, if you've ever been to Texas before, you know how big that land is. And if that land could be added back to Mexico, that's going to be huge, a huge victory for them. So if they take Germany up on their offer, if they fight with them, they can make peace with them as well.
Como México perdió la mitad de su territorio a los Estados Unidos en una guerra injusta, siempre hubo un resentimiento enorme contra los Estados Unidos. De manera que cuando hubo la oferta del telegrama Zimmerman, había muchas personas que hubieran pensado que era muy atractivo recuperar el territorio.
Zimmerman believed an invasion would distract America and prevent them from joining the war in Europe. But the scheme backfired spectacularly. The coded message had been intercepted and decrypted by the Allies on its way to Mexico. The German plot was revealed to the world.
So here's what happened. The telegram is sent, but the telegram was intercepted, actually by the British. These telegrams, now it wasn't written in plain German or Spanish, hey, Mexico, if you partner with us. It was written in a code that only the people who you wanted to know what the code was would understand what it is. But the British intercept this message, they're able to decipher the code, and then from there, now they know that Germany is planning to link up with Mexico and get involved in World War One. So they publish their findings, and then as you see here, it makes national and international headlines. Now it's basically the secret has been exposed, and once America finds out that Germany has been trying to plot with their closest neighbor, Mexico, now that's basically the last straw for America. First, it was the sinking of the Lusitania, killing American lives. Now you want to conspire this secret plan to go against us. Now that's what President Woodrow Wilson uses to join World War One.
Zimmerman telegram had inadvertently pushed America into war with Germany. Along the Mexican-American border, tensions rose. Nogales was a major border city. Before Zimmerman's blunder, Mexicans and Americans lived side by side, unhindered by barriers. But the telegram had spawned a climate of paranoia, a paranoia that escalated into a shootout on the 27th of August 1918, the Battle of Nogales.
All right, I'm going to pause it here just for the sake of time, but basically that's what the Zimmerman telegram is, or that's what it was. It was a message that was sent from Germany to Mexico, and really we don't know what would have happened because obviously Mexico did not take Germany up on their offer. Mexico did not join World War One. So my question is, how do you think that the war would have been different if Germany had successfully allied with Mexico and invaded the US? Think about that.